Well, hey everybody, one of the most frequent questions I get on this channel is, Eric, how many locomotives do you have in your collection? Well, the short answer is a lot. The long answer is coming up right now on Eric's Trains. Yeah, so how many locomotives do I have in my collection? Well, if you're a fan of this channel, then you might know that back in February of 2021, I did a complete engine count video, and at the end of that video, it turned out I had 334 locomotives in my collection. Now, that was 2 years ago. I've added quite a few locomotives since then, and so this is going to be an update to that original 2021 engine count video. So in this video, you're not going to see every locomotive that I own. You're only going to see what I've added since that 2021 video. So naturally, if you haven't watched the original 2021 engine count video, you might want to watch it before watching this one. That way you have some context. I'll put a link to that video in this video if you want to watch it. Anyway, before we get started, I want to lay out a few ground rules. So first of all you're going to see today are new locomotives since the last engine count. You will not see rolling stock. That is a completely different animal. Now, at some point in the future, I do want to do a video showing every piece of rolling stock that I own, but that's going to take quite a while to make because I will have to inventory every piece of rolling stock, and I think I've got 800 plus pieces of rolling stock right now. So yeah, that will take a while. So all you're going to see today is locomotives. Now, what constitutes a locomotive? Well, it's anything that runs under its own power or looks like it would run under its own power. So everything from a big boy down to a little speeder, down to the Menards M&M truck that runs around in a circle on track. All of those count as locomotives in this video. Also, if it's a multi-unit consist, so for instance, if I have an F7 ABBA set, that will count as 4 locomotives because each one of those units could operate independently if you wanted to. The only exception is when it's multiple engines and they cannot operate apart from each other. So for example, the Lionel Acela has 2 locomotives, one at each end, but they're really meant to operate together, so I count those as 1. Or like the MTH EF3 electric, that's got 3 units, but they're tethered together, they operate as 1, and so they count as 1 locomotive. And then finally, whenever I do a video like this, someone will inevitably comment and say, hey, you're just doing that to show off, that's not fair, or something like that. And I want to let you know that I'm not doing this to show off. If I wanted to show off, I wouldn't do it with trains. I would, buy some sort of a fancy sports car. What? Yeah, the only reason I'm doing this video is for you because you've asked for it, but it does have an upside for me in that it allows me to make sure my inventory is correct, make sure everything checks out and the list is correct. And so in the end, it's kind of win-win for everybody. Anyway, without further ado, let's check out all of the new locomotives I've added over the last 2 years. I think you might be surprised by the number. I know I sure was. So let's get started. All right, so just to recap where we left off after the last engine count in February of 2021, I had 87 O-gauge steam locomotives, 201 O-gauge diesels, 14 O-gauge electrics, 14 O-gauge miscellaneous. And miscellaneous, by the way, means things like speeders and trackmobiles and so forth. And I'm also lumping the 1 or 2 Lionel ready-to-play sets into miscellaneous as well. 3 HO scale locomotives, 3 ON30 locomotives, 4 G-gauge locomotives, and 8 standard gauge locomotives for a total of 334. Now, I haven't sold anything since that last engine count, so the number can only go up from here, so let's see where it goes. All right, so we'll start things off in this case, which is located in the main room, just so you know where we are. And by the way, if you've never seen my layout before, I did a full layout tour video earlier this year. I'll put a link to that video in this video if you want to watch it. And there are 6 new locomotives in this case. So up top, we've got the Lionel Union Pacific 412-2 from 2021. It's a beautiful locomotive. Below that, we've got the Lionel N&W 2882, and this is one of the 2882s that was weathered by Harry Heike. And this was cataloged in 2020, even though the road number is 2021. Below that, we've got this Atlas F40PH, which was offered, I think, in 2021 or 2022. It was released earlier this year in 2023, I believe. And likewise, we've got an Atlas Amtrak Genesis here. This was also released earlier this year in 2023. Down here, we've got the Kraus Maffei made by Third Rail. That is beautiful. And then right here, we've got a Lionel Sioux Line GP35 from 2021. All right, now directly behind me when I was filming the last display case is this display case. And there are 7 new locomotives in here since the 2021 engine count. So right here is a fan favorite. This is the Lionel Pensy S1 from 2020 in beautiful Tuscan red. I love this locomotive. It's one of my favorites. Down from that, we've got a Lionel Canadian Pacific 460 10-wheeler from 2021. Also from 2021, we've got this Lionel Central of Georgia SD70 ACE. I think this was a custom run that was done by Legacy Station. Below that, we've got the MTH Weed Sprayer set from 2000. This is an amazing set. I did a video on it a while back. If you haven't seen that, check it out. This is an incredible set. I've been asking Rich Foster from MTH if they'll ever rerun this. They still have the tooling, so hopefully maybe at some point in the future they'll do it again. I hope so. Down from that, we've got an MTH Rail King Chicago Northwestern RS1. Very cool model, very budget friendly. I will probably do a video on this at some point in the near future. I've been meaning to, but it's kind of been on the back burner for a while. Below that, we've got a Lionel Kansas City Southern SD70 from 2021. And lastly, also from 2021, we've got the Extortion 17 SW1200 switcher, Pennsylvania and Southern. That's very cool. That was made by Lionel as well. Directly above that display case, we've got this area, which contains quite a few of my MTH European locomotives. As many of you know, I'm an active collector of the MTH European O-scale trains, and so there's quite a few of the locomotives in this area. I've added 7 new locomotives to this spot since the last locomotive count. So starting toward the top, we've got an MTH Taurus ES64 HUPAC. That was made in 2012, and I added it earlier this year in 2023. Next to that, another new addition this year. This is my second MTH Swiss Crocodile. This is the green version that was made in 2010. And I bought this from Chris Montagna. He's got a YouTube channel, Chris Trains and Things. Check it out if you haven't. It's a great channel. And thank you, Chris, for selling that to me. Below that, we've got a Lionel Burlington Northern Ballast Tamper from 2021. Very cool. Over here from 2008, I've got 2 of the MTH Duchess locomotives. There's the Duchess of Abercorn and the Duchess of Buccleuch. Very cool. And then below that, I've got an MTH Chapelon Pacific from 2010. This is the pilot version. It's unpainted. I already had a painted version. There it is. But I picked up this unpainted pilot version at York a couple years ago. It's beautiful. And then lastly, I've got another Taurus ES64. This one is decorated for Railion. And like the other Taurus, this was also made in 2012. And if we turn this way, we've got this little case here, and there are 2 locomotives in here. So the yellow one there is the Lionel C&O Yellow Belly from 1995. And then at the bottom right is the Lionel Flambeau Papercorp SW1 from 2022. Next we come to this case, which is also in the main room. And there are 5 new locomotives here, 2 of which are Lionel cab forwards. So we've got 4290 there in a daylight paint scheme. And down here we've got 4281 in a standard Southern Pacific paint scheme. And both of these were made in 2021, or I should say cataloged in 2021. And then below that, we've got 2 of the Lionel Veranda turbines, the Greyhound and the standard UP paint scheme. And these were also from 2021. These are really cool. And then at the very bottom, we've got a Lionel Central Vermont RS11 from 2018. Around the corner from this case, we've got these 2 cases, and there's all sorts of new stuff in here, so let's take a look. So there are 4 new locomotives in this case. Up top right here, we've got the Lionel Lion Chief Plus 2.0 Seaboard NW2 from 2022. Down here, we've got the MTH Rail King Southern Pacific AS616 diesel from 2023. Right here is the New York Central Sharknose diesel that came with the New York Central Explorer set from 2020. And then down here, we've got the Lionel Rock Island H1644 from 2022. And then in this case, we've got 5 new entries. We've got the MTH Rail King LNN MP15 AC switcher from 2023. We've got the beautiful Lionel 484 Northern Santa Fe Black Bonnet from 2022. Below that, we've got the incredible Lionel Vision Line N&W Class A, also from 2022. Then we've got the Lionel Trippy Trolley from 2022. And next to that, we've got the Atlas Wisconsin and Southern SD40-2 from 2023. And then directly behind me is this case, and there are 9 new entries in this case. So starting at the top, we've got the Lionel pre-war inspired S2 freight set from 2017. I love this thing. I reviewed it not too long ago. Below that, we've got the MTH Milwaukee Road EF3 electric set. This is a 3-unit set from 2005. And I actually picked this up this year at York, so for me, it's brand new. Below that, we've got an MTH B&O Ingersoll Rand box cab diesel from 2007. Then we've got a K-Line by Lionel Great Northern box cab electric from 2008. This is a Lionel 520 box cab from 1956. And next to that is a Lionel Pensy BB1 electric set from 2006. Skipping down to this shelf, we've got an MTH Rail King Rock Island Aero Train set from 2006. And below that, we've got the Pensy Aero Train set from MTH. This was made in 2009. These are both really cool. And then on the bottom shelf, we've got the Legacy Station Custom Run Lionel Space Force ES44 from 2022. Then we've got the famous SD70 case in the main room here. And there's only 1 new entry since the 2021 engine count, and that is this Lionel Montana Rail Link Essential Workers SD70 ACE from 2022. All right, next we're going to make our way up the stairs to find any new entries since the last locomotive count, starting with this display case here where I've got 5 new locomotives or sets. So up here we've got the beautiful Lionel Baldwin Sharknose Demonstrator ABBA set from 2020. I love this set. It is so beautiful. I want to do a video on it at some point. I might be able to do one during the Christmas Bonanza this year. It really deserves a video because, as you can see, it is gorgeous. And I don't know if you can hear it, but my cats are right above me wrestling on the floor, so they're making lots of noise. Chessie and Frisco are going at it. Then we've got this Lionel Chessie System GP35 from 2021. Below that, we've got the Lionel U.S. Marine Corps FA ABBA set, the FA2 FB2 ABBA set from 2022. I just reviewed this not too long ago, and the matching passenger cars just arrived, so I'll be doing a video showing this running with all of those U.S. Army passenger cars pretty soon. Again, maybe during the Bonanza this year. And then next to that, we've got the Lionel Canadian National die-cast metal genset switcher from 2012. Lionel originally made 8 of the die-cast metal genset switchers, and I have 7 of them now. There's one last one that I'm trying to get, and once I get that, the collection will be complete. But yeah, that's a new entry, and as you can see, it's beautiful. And then finally down here, we've got an MTH locomotive. This is a Chicago and Alton 462 Pacific from 2022. Another gorgeous locomotive, and I'm going to try to do a video on it as soon as I can. And then way up here on top of this display case, I've got 2 new HO entries. So these are both made by Atlas. Right here, we've got a Norfolk Southern GP38-2, and then a Chessie System U23B. All right, we're halfway up the stairs here, and this is the Wall of Santa Fe. And there are 11 new entries here. So starting at the far end here, we've got the Atlas Santa Fe 44 tonner from 2022. We've got a Menards Santa Fe F3. Then we've got the Lionel Santa Fe Yellow Bonnet ABBA set from 2022. This is a super cool set. Moving up, we've got the Santa Fe Alco PA from the Lionel Gold Bonnet set from 2019. There's also this Lionel Santa Fe SD70 from 2021. And right here is a Lion Chief Plus 2.0 Santa Fe GP20 from 2022. And then moving this way, we've got a Lionel Santa Fe DD35 from 2021. Above that, we've got the Menards Santa Fe Blue Bonnet set that was put out this year in 2023. We've got a Santa Fe SW1200 from 2021. And then we've got another Lionel die-cast metal genset switcher. This is the Santa Fe version from 2011. Moving up one more shelf, we've got another Menards Santa Fe F3. And then above that, we've got a Lionel BNSF SD70 from 2021. And then opposite of the Santa Fe wall, we've got this wall going up to the top of the stairs, and this case down here. And there are only 2 new entries here. So at the very top, we've got a Lionel Burlington Northern SD45 Super Bass unit from 2021. And then all the way down here, at the bottom of this case, we've got an Atlas Operation Lifesaver GP40 from 2022. Okay, so that takes care of all the cases in the main room and the stairwell. So let's pause for a second to check where we are with the numbers. So far, we've added 13 new O-gauge steam locomotives, 52 new O-gauge diesels, 9 O-gauge electrics, 1 O-gauge miscellaneous, and 2 HO locomotives. So our current running total is 411, which represents a gain of 77 so far. Okay, we are now in the hallway room, above the door in the hallway room to be exact, and there's one new entry here. This is a Lionel Northern Pacific 2882 from 2020. Came out of the same catalog as that N&W 2882 that you've already seen, and there's a Santa Fe version coming up in just a moment. Then we've got this case, and there are 5 new additions. So first up, we've got the Lionel Vision Line Southern Pacific GS2 Lark from 2020. Very cool. Also from 2020, we've got a Lionel CP Rail SD40-2, and then a Lionel Norfolk Southern Genset Switcher from 2020. And then we've got a pair of the Lionel Southern Pacific SD40 T2 tunnel motors from 2022. And to the right of that case, we have this case, and I believe there's just one new entry in here. And by the way, there's Chessie. Hey, Chessie. Anyway, we've got this Lionel Atlantic Coastline E7 ABBA set from 2020. And as you can see, it is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, little Chessie. And then opposite of that case, we've got this wall with these display shelves up on top and 2 cases down below. So up here, there's one new entry, and that is the other Lionel 2882 from 2020. This one is for Santa Fe. And then down here in this case, there's one new entry, and it's everybody's favorite, the Lionel New York Central Pacemaker Mohawk from 2021. An absolutely gorgeous model. I love this thing. And then we've also got 3 new HO locomotives. This is an Atlas British Columbia Railway C425. And there's 2 more over here. The one in the back is an Atlas Southern SD24, And then right here is an Atlas CP Rail GP40. Now we're going to go from the hallway room into the Carolina room, and there are 4 display cases in here. So we'll get started with this one. So I believe we've got 14 new items in this case, or maybe 16 if you count the A, B, and AA sets. So first up, we've got the Lionel New Haven Sea Liners from 2021. Got 2 of those. Below that, we've got a Lionel Union Pacific Desert Victory SD40-2 from 2021. And down from that, we've got the Atlantic City Railroad Camelback from 2023. Below that, we've got another Lionel die-cast metal genset switcher. This is the Conrail version, made in 2011. And then to the right of that, we've got the Aberdeen, Carolina, and Western F9AB set from 2022. Below that, we've got one of the vehicles from the Menards M&M set. Very cool. Then we've got the New York Central E8AA set from 2023. This is great. Below that, we've got a Weaver VO 1000. I'm not sure when that was made, but if I had to guess, probably early 2000s. To the right of that, we've got the Lionel Vision Line Santa Fe 210-10-2 from 2021. Below that, we've got a Lionel Seaboard Coastline SW8 from 2021. We've got the smaller Menards vehicle from the M&M set. Then we've got the Lionel Lion Chief Plus 2.0 Alaska 060T switcher from 2022. This is awesome. And then right here, we've got a Legacy Station Custom Run Lionel Southern 630 from 2022. And then lastly, down here, we've got the Lionel Canadian Pacific SD90 from 2022. Around the corner from that case, we've got this case, and there are 9 new entries here. So first up, we've got the BNSF SD70 from the Lionel BNSF Coal Hauler set from 2021. Then down here, we've got a Lionel Pennsy L1 Mikado from 2022. Below that, we've got an MTH New Haven EP3 from 2005. And then down here, we've got the Lionel John Bull set from 2021. Very cool. And then at the end here, we've got a Star Trek Speeder from 2020. And then on the next shelf down, we've got a Lionel Main Central 280 from 2021. Below that is the Grand Canyon Railway 280 from Lionel. This was with their Grand Canyon Railway set, also from 2021. And then next to that, we've got a Lionel Southern Atlantic from 2022 in Kermit the Frog Green. Yeah, they kind of botched the color on that one. And then lastly, down here, we've got the Lionel Strasbourg 31 from 2022. Directly behind me, I've got 2 more cases, and these are the newest cases on the layout. So on the left case here, we've got 10 new entries. On the top shelf, we've got the Lionel Chessie Greenbrier from 2022. Below that, we've got the Eric's Trains Appalachian Western ES44 from 2022. I've got a few of these, so you'll see more of these later on. Below that, we've got the Lionel Brass Hybrid Challenger from 2022. This is the pilot version, unpainted. Very cool. Below that, we've got the Legacy Station Custom Run Lionel Space Force SD70 from 2022. Next to that, we've got a Lionel Post-War 212 circa 1958. Below that, we've got a Lionel Sioux Line RS27 from 2021. Next to that, we've got a brand new MTH DMIR SD24 from 2023. And I've got 2 of those. And then next to that, I've got an Atlas Erie Lackawanna GP7 from 2022. And then below that, we've got the brand new Lionel Santa Fe Doodlebug from 2022. And to the right of that, we come to the last display case that we're going to look at today. So there are 10 new items in here. First up, we've got the Lionel U.S. Armed Forces ES44s from 2022. Then we've got the Menards Union Pacific AA set from 2023. Below that, we've got the new MTH New York Central PT Hudson from 2023. Below that, we've got the locomotive from the Lionel Lion Chief Star Trek set from 2020. And then next to that, we've got the Lionel Jersey Central Camelback from 2021. Below that, we've got a Menards Union Pacific F3 from the new Union Pacific set that they just put out here in 2023. And next to that, we've got the new Lionel GP20 from 2023. And then below that, we've got an Atlas UP SD40-2 from 2023 as well. Okay, so that takes care of all of the display cases, and let's pause and check the numbers. So now we've added a total of 30 new O-gauge steam locomotives, 86 O-gauge diesels, 9 O-gauge electrics, 1 O-gauge miscellaneous, and 5 HO locomotives. Our new running total is 465, which represents a gain of 131 locomotives thus far. Now we're going to check out any new locomotives that I've got stored under the layout. All right, so first under the layout, I've got 2 vintage Lionel sets here. This is the Laser Train from 1981. And here we have the Commando Assault Train from 1984. Kind of cool vintage sets here. Right here, I've got 2 undecorated Weaver GP38s, and I've actually had these for a very long time. I actually forgot to mention them during the initial engine count video in 2021. One of these days, I'd like to put command control in these and paint them and get them on the layout, but they've just been under the layout for a long time. But yeah, they're really cool. And then I've got some Eric's Trains locomotives that are still in the box. So I've got 2 of the Eric's Trains NW2 switchers that just came out. One of these I will probably give away when I get to 75,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And then right here is a mint box version of the Eric's Trains ES44 that you already saw. Also under the layout, I've got this Atlas Train Kids glow-in-the-dark passenger train set. They made this in 2022, and I reviewed this about this time last year, around Christmas time. And then right here, I've got the 2 locomotives from Lionel's incredible Amtrak Acela set that they made in 2021. I've got the entire Acela train under the layout right now because I don't have enough space to display it on a display shelf, but I'm working on installing a new display shelf upstairs that'll be able to fit the entire train, and so eventually this will be on display upstairs, actually in my dining room. And this is the last item that's under the layout. It's still in the box. This is a Lionel Pennsy 060 B6 switcher from 1989. All right, now we're going to check out any new locomotives that are actually sitting on the layout right now. All right, so I'm filming this in the first week of December, and Lionel has just shipped a ton of new trains, and because of that, there's actually quite a few new locomotives on the layout at the moment. I think there's 16, but we'll start around the turntable. So if I zoom in, that orange locomotive back there is an MTH Georgia Central GP9 from 2022. Then we've got my second MTH European Swiss Crocodile locomotive. That's the Tuscan Red version from 2010. There's an out-of-the-box example of the brand new Lionel Eric's Trains Appalachian and Western NW2 switcher from 2023. If we zoom out a little bit, there's another of the Eric's Trains ES44s from 2022. And then the next 3 locomotives are all from 2021. So we've got a Norfolk Southern SD70 from Lionel. We've got a Lionel Norfolk Southern SD45. And then we've got a Lionel Boston and Maine SD70. And then we've got all of this stuff. So this is all made by Lionel. Right here, we've got the 2 locomotives from the Lionel Western Maryland Hagerstown Hotshot set from 2022. And then we've got a bunch of stuff from 2023. We've got the TMCC Rail Bonder, the Erie Decapod, the beautiful Santa Fe Blue Goose, the Pennsy I-1, the gorgeous New York Central Dreyfuss, the new Vision Line Big Boy, and then we've got Strasburg 90. Now this was cataloged in 2021, but it was finally delivered here in late 2023. All right, now we are in an upstairs storage closet, a very cluttered storage closet, as you can see. This is where I keep my Christmas decorations and Halloween decorations and stuff, and also holiday train sets and stuff like that. So we've got 2 sets here. We got both of them last year in 2022, and they are both Harry Potter Hogwarts Express sets. So we've got the Lionel O-Gauge Lion Chief Hogwarts Express set here, and then we've got the Lionel Ready to Play Hogwarts Express right here. And finally, we're going to check out any new locomotives that happen to be on my workbench at the moment. And here's the last locomotive of the day. It's the only locomotive that is currently on my workbench. You can see it's in pieces because I'm repairing some damage. This is a Lionel Southern Pacific SW8 from 2021. All right, here we are at the end, and the new grand total is just under 500, 498. That is a gain of 164 locomotives in the last 2 years. Absolutely insane. I didn't know it was going to be that high. That is just crazy. You know, I think I might have some sort of a problem. Maybe I need to join Trains Anonymous or something. You know what it is? It's Lisa's fault. I don't want to buy these trains at all. She forces me to buy them. She twists my arm. She's the reason I buy all these. I say, please, we shouldn't buy any more locomotives. And she says,
if you don't buy that engine, you'll sleep on the couch tonight.
Yeah, it's her fault. Anyway, yeah, 498. Now, of course, the next question is going to be, well, how much do you have invested in all of these trains? And the answer to that is quite simple.
$100 billion.
Yeah, just kidding. Anyway, you can take a guess. It's a sizable chunk of change. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making it. I will probably do another engine count update in a couple years. But until then, I'm Eric Siegel. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.
So I've got a secret for you. There's actually 500 locomotives, not 498. There are 2 that I couldn't show you because they're top secret. I can't share them with anybody right now. I'll let you guys guess as to what they are, but yeah, that's the big secret. There's 500, not 498.